Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our podcast. I'm obviously joined here by Lou. I say our podcast. We haven't named our podcast series yet.
We haven't yet.
We've made one already, and we haven't named it.
We've decided
What
that
the hell, Kieran?
we decided recording the pilot episode is more important than naming the whole series.
Yes, we're going to record the next couple of episodes without having a name. But
okay,
you'll know the name because it will be named in the title.
Yeah, and
Yes,
maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to do a thing where it's like right here.
Ooh.
That was cool, wasn't it?
That was cool.
Or it was really lame.
Because
Either way, we're starting.
It's
because
potential,
obviously
we've
we've
got
got
to
to edit
edit
that in.
Oh,
Welcome, Stephen.
it's his fault.
Hi.
This is our special guest for today's podcast,
Stephen.
Stephen Brownie.
Stephen Brownie Poo Pants. What's up?
It is a pleasure to have you here.
Now, the reason
Thank
we
you,
brought you here today, Stephen, is because apparently you're a very energetic individual, which I can agree with.
How does Scott describe me?
He described you as energetic and charisma. So we need that in our podcast because we're the dull duo, I guess. Yes.
Oh, come on, I don't think I do.
We need you so bad. Anyway,
No, it's because today you're going to fit perfectly within our question.
No.
Today we're going to be talking about, is media running itself into a crash course or to the success? And what I mean by that is, for example, you look at YouTube comments are screwed. All the YouTubers hate their own platform. You look at Twitch, they hate the Twitch ban. Anyone on any platform hates that platform, yet they got to build their successful life off that platform. And that is what we're here to talk to you about today.
So in the cycle of YouTube monetization, pretty much.
Yes.
Oh, damn. Okay, we'll go into this. Let's
We're
go.
going to get into it. So, what is your view first, Louis, on this situation of, for example, YouTubers, like the comments, they have so many bots. You write one legit comment, and bots will just copy and paste it thousands of times in their comments on that video.
Yeah, that's a very big issue, obviously.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. Obviously, some people could be marketing throughout other people's channels, which could be a very strange way to market, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Giving them good reviews on their videos, yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, it is kind of doing something for the competition, isn't it? Because
Competition, I won't say so of that.
commenting on a video that helps with monetization, doesn't it?
No.
Or am I wrong?
No, it's
it
the
does.
amount of views to adverts.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
This is the thing. Comments are useless apart from giving feedback to, I like this video, we want more of this series, we want less of this series. If you're stuck, try this. It's like a Twitter of helpful tips and the community, and it's been ruined by these automated robots that have no use.
I mean, with larger channels in particular, like Markiplier, I don't think they look at their comments too often now because it's just so hectic.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of 12-year-old kids in there who are going like, please send me your address, please.
This is
I
what
wanna
I'm
meet you so
saying.
bad.
This is what I'm saying. Back in the day, even if you were big, like for example, Dan TDO, when he got stuck on Hello Neighbor last year, or the newer one, he looked in the comments and had to search through loads to find a legit answer to someone who helped him out. And he was so thrilled that this person was helping him out that he gave them a shout out on his channel.
That's
and
fair
he used them throughout the series.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. Even if, big, yes, they take sort of the mickey out of these comments now these days, but they still sometimes ask for your opinion. For example, I watched a Complete Nerd, he's got 300,000 odd subscribers, 334,000 I think is to date. And he still looks in the comments like he's got a lot less bots because he's a smaller channel.
Yeah,
So
the
he
more
is-
niche channels get to actually have the opportunity to interact with their community.
Yes.
That's what I love about it.
So he's actually getting good responses and bad responses from legit people.
Fair enough.
But these bigger channels can't do that. Yes, they would get thousands of comments, but sometimes even on the big ones, you see 2,000 comments only on some of Markiplier's most recent videos.
Yeah.
There's only 2,000, and about 1,500 of them are bots. So that's what I'm saying. If the bots weren't there, there would be loads of 500 odd legit comments
Do we
for him to interact with.
Do we know if YouTube is doing anything to?
Probably not. Something to the ground. That's the option here.
No, since YouTube likes to focus more on several things, which I've noticed, and some of them, as a creator myself, do piss me off. Okay,
Yeah.
I have a look, and it's helpful tips for if you're starting a new channel. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that you're trying to give me tips.
Yeah.
Right, and Scott actually, I believe, knows one of the people that do these tips, and there was a time and a place I was looking into, doing some IP hours there, but in the end, I didn't go for it because what I realised was those videos come out so often. YouTube's working so much money towards them, but I'm not using them because, it's like an updated version of last year's one or something like that. Or they're working towards fixing, well, not really fixing, but they like to work with demonetization. Finding ways for them to make more money without the creators being able to get pissed off.
Patreon, I think that's it. I think that's probably the most highest answer you could probably get there.
Yeah.
The thing is, with Patreon and platforms like that, it's a great system. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of the viewers are going to be unable to, or in some cases unwilling to donate that money.
It's unguaranteed income, that's the problem.
Yeah.
The thing is with YouTube is that there's sort of like a guarantee with the monetization system, so you're at least going to get something out of it.
That's true.
Yes and no.
Yes and no, go ahead.
Because we're having more and more of these browsers that are coming out with ad blockers, and I've on a lot of my YouTube ads that I see, obviously it's Grammarly and those ones again, but this is one that's always like, never watch a YouTube. I get different companies, big companies saying, download my browser, and you don't have to watch YouTube adverts again, which is killing the creators.
You mean stuff like uBlock Origin and that stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't do it personally. I like to stick to the adverts. I like to think, enough of people will do this to keep YouTube alive. If everyone stopped watching adverts, YouTubers, they wouldn't use YouTube. They can do merch if they're working on Twitch and stuff. Twitch gives them more money. Twitch is better currency. Why would you use YouTube? Yes, to upload videos, but Twitch could make Twitch video, TwitchTube, something like that.
If they
overrun YouTube.
If they made a similar platform with better monetization, then it would just fall. YouTube
Exactly.
Would fall within
This is my point. We are one good platform away from crushing YouTube. We literally, Twitch, all they have to do, they've literally just recently released their own version of Streamlabs, which loads of people are using because Streamlabs has hundreds of problems. OBS is quite complicated. Everyone's moving on to Twitch Studio.
Yeah.
They release their own YouTube that pays the same or more, a little bit more than YouTube, which still gives them millions and millions of profit. They can crush YouTube.
Yeah, that's the thing. What YouTube needs is they need a competitor.
Yes.
And this started, I don't know if you remember when Majuggernuggets, he started this channel, he started this platform called Storyfire. It was back in 2016, I think Bidgey 2988, I think he went onto it. A few others who were relatively famous at the time went onto it.
Yeah.
I think it managed to go on for about 2 or 3 years, but then he had to shut it down because he wasn't able to keep it funded. Despite the efforts, and despite the fact that it all came crushing down on him in the end, it did prove the fact that YouTube can be competed against. There will be a day when YouTube falls and something else comes up. You're seeing it with Netflix right now.
Exactly.
You're seeing it with Netflix.
Let's bring up the word TikTok.
Right? Oh God! Jesus Christ!
Okay. No comment.
A little bit of cringe, but
A little bit.
Just a small bit.
with YouTube, it's stealing everyone else's content. The one reason TikTok lifted up was in the bottom right. It has their audio. Who made the audio?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So it's showing you, yes, they're reacting to this dance with this audio, but the audio is actually from this person. And you click on it, and it literally has everyone who's used that audio. But at the top left, it says original.
Yeah, the original source.
Original source, original volume. YouTube needs something like that. Like, if Woodsy, for example, is in Minecraft, he's doing hardcore, let's say he copied Laserbeam.
Okay.
Yeah? On the hardcore. I'm not saying he has, I'm just saying this as an example. He can then put Laserbeam. And that can help him not get copyrighted, but also tell everyone to check out the video. Yes, people say check out the video, but I feel like that's not enough. I feel like if they're not putting a link in the description or someone can't access a link, they need to be able to press a button on YouTube, whether you're on your phone, your laptop, your Xbox, your computer, whatever you're on, to go to the original source.
So it needs to be very clear that the audience knows where to go in order
to get the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
that's important.
YouTube is plagued with so many issues. I know this is supposed to be about media in general, but YouTube is the main sort of social media here. It started in 2005.
That's the hellfire and all, isn't it?
It kickstarted all sorts. I'm pretty sure Facebook came out before or after it.
Facebook came out, I think, around the same time. No, I think 2005 is when Facebook started to get really famous, and that's the same time as YouTube. Yeah.
I think it might have been a little bit before, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, so all these social medias are coming out, but YouTube is the main one that we hear and we'll talk about. YouTube and Twitch, right? You need a tutorial, you go on YouTube. You need help, you go on tutorial. You need to watch entertainment, you go on tutorial.
Yeah.
You can buy movies, anything in video form is on YouTube. If we got someone, if I could program, I would do this myself, right? And it's just the one reason why I think, why didn't I program? But
why didn't you?
I would take the best aspects of everything.
Why didn't you
I'd give them more than a penny for 100 views to get everyone to want to come on my platform. I would make it so we can find the original sources. I would work on making sure the comments are legit. I don't know if I'd have a like or a dislike. I would have a recommend or a not recommend.
I don't know, but I think like and dislikes are very important. I was very concerned when YouTube removed the dislike button, to the point where I've got a Google extension now which brings the button back.
I've got the same thing. It's really strange how they.
It's just spitting on Google's face, isn't it, when we do that? Yeah.
But it's strange how they'd allowed that extension when they've just gotten rid of the dislike button.
Yeah, that's just it's just like an easy fence to get over, isn't it?
It's quite easy. I mean, anyone can download it.
Yeah.
So long as you've got Google.
I mean, what I would do, I'd make the software, and obviously feedback 90% of people say, we want like this. I can put it in. Instead of spending millions on this and that that aren't getting anywhere, shut them down. Put them on functions people are going to like, functions that make the creators happy, functions that can make the viewers happy. Knuckle down on anti-bots, right? If there's like 5 of the same comment, everyone who set that comment, remove it.
I'm not sure about everyone.
Or the first one, whichever one was there first, you know, because I'm sure YouTube can see this was an hour ago, this was 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
And then all these bots were 9 seconds ago.
I
so
see what you mean.
the one that's the first one there, you can keep it. If it's an account that's like a YouTube's account, my account, I've got 1,000 subscribers, I'm obviously not a bot.
Yeah.
You know, they've checked that I'm not a bot. Leave my comment. But all the people that have under 50, under 100 subscribers that were created today, that are spamming all these channels, remove them.
Yeah.
Again, YouTube's got the best algorithm for recommended videos. How can it not have an algorithm to remove bots?
Thing is, it would be quite simple to, or at least to text them, because I mean, like you were saying, if you had one person who put a comment, that's fine, and then if someone else puts the same comment, they might have to fill in a captcha or something in order to post that.
Yeah.
And then if it keeps on going like that, and people are filling in the captchas, then presumably it would just be a trend that the creator is attempting to start.
I'm guessing because there's also like a more complicated algorithm as well. I mean, there's like thousands of bots being made every single day. Sure, there's like millions of YouTube videos being made every single day. Probably not like that. Maybe like thousands or whatever. But it's very easy to pick out one of those videos and to recommend it later on.
No,
bots, that's a different story because there are hundreds of them being made every single day. They're all pretty much the same. And they're all spreading like wildfire. So
exactly.
I think I see the answer you're really going to get out of that.
If we call, let's talk about geographical location, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously, when you sign up for the account, they have a pinpoint of roughly where you are in the world, even if you know it or don't know it. And I'm pretty sure you have to allow location when you first sign up for YouTube or stuff like that. You need to put what country, and it can tell you if you're in the wrong, and automatically text which country you're in, things like that. Let's say, for example, every day 10,000 bots are being made in Los Angeles.
Okay.
But in New York, there was 10 a day.
Yeah.
If you see loads of comments the same, and some of these are from Los Angeles, what you would do is you'd have to restrict Los Angeles, not from YouTube, but you would surely be more aware that there's more there than New York, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
For example, I don't want to bring up race or religion here, but most people, you get a call from India, you think it's a scam call. And this is the issue I have lived through. I think it was my dad, he had a call from, I think it was Microsoft or something, I can't remember what it was. It was a phone company.
Is your dad Bill Gates?
This poor person on the other side, they were Indian. They were talking. He didn't remember that he'd emailed them. So he thought they were a scam and hung them up. He later then realised, looking through his emails, oh, I did email them.
Oh, oh!
You know, it's
I'm good.
What I'm saying is, you don't want to assume.
Yeah.
You don't want to, what's the word? Not prototype.
Stereotype.
Profile. You don't want to profile people. But those profiles haven't come out of nowhere, is my point. Right? The reason he was skeptical is because of the millions and millions of scams that are going on in India every day. If they were all in China, then he would have been fine talking to the person from India. You know, and it would be someone from China called him and he would be like, well, you know, I don't trust it. Same with America, same with England. You know, it would happen anywhere. YouTube needs to not profile people, but take the maths into into account. If 50% of people in Los Angeles are bots, make it harder if you are in Los Angeles to make an account and you have to be through further verification.
Yeah, you're going for hell pretty much if you're in LA.
You know? If 1% of people in New York are bots, yes, you want to get those bots sorted, but the majority of people aren't bots, so it's, you know, it shouldn't be too much of a problem because there's a lot less numbers. And that's what I'm saying is these platforms need to relook at their algorithms, right? YouTube, I think we can all agree, has an amazing algorithm for finding videos you like.
I mean, it's
You could
definitely
say that again.
it's definitely got its issues, but
It's interesting enough, I'll keep with it.
Yeah, you can rabbit hole for days sometimes if you're not careful.
Yeah, if you're not careful and
yeah.
don't have like any self-discipline Google Chrome extensions, then yeah, you're going through a loophole there.
it is very easy to get onto conspiracy theories.
It is.
Yeah.
Very easy, like, especially there's like this one now. It's about 7 hours, which had the theory that Hollywood had a secret cult that they're in the Illuminati, and it's a guy who was on Britain's Got Talent, I think, or America's Got Talent, or whatever, and it was him saying it for like 7 hours straight. How like I only got about half an hour into it, but it's like how like Hollywood had like a certain symbol where they go like this. Yeah, you see where this is going.
So that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Not want to talk about media because we are talking about media crashing. We focus a lot on YouTube, and this is kind of an extension on YouTube, but it's all media in general. Do you feel? I don't know. Today, maybe it's because I've been trying to be a content creator for 6 years now.
How'd it go?
It's all right. It's all right. But
Stuff.
do we have a problem of not enough? You know, anyone can make an account on anything and try to get famous. That's overcrowding the market, okay? And eventually, it's going to come to a point where there's so many famous channels that no one's famous. It's not going to be a special thing.
Yeah,
Everyone's going to have 100,000 subscribers at some point. Because there's going to be so many people in the world, and there's so many of them that don't want to be YouTubers. They want to go engineer, I want to be a doctor, things like that. But they still watch YouTube. There's going to be 100,000 for everyone.
Yeah.
Is YouTube going to have to raise getting monetized to 1 million? Is that going to be a ridiculous goal? You know?
I think it's going to come down to the content. I think that what you're also talking about will relate to the gaming industry.
Like natural selection.
Yeah, natural selection, yeah. I feel like there needs to be a bit more... Like, do you remember back, like... I've been thinking about this for a while. Do you remember, like, the aim of YouTube back in 2006? Back in 2006 and like the 2010s, it felt like YouTube was just a place to put cool content onto.
Exactly.
So if someone was to make something really cool that they made, so say for example, someone can make like a really amateur short film, or like a really amateur you remember like this first person Call of Duty like real life videos that they used to make, and they used to upload those, and they would get like crazy shit popular. Same with like claymation animations.
Yeah, definitely.
And it just seems like now everyone's just sort of doing it for the money. It feels everyone's doing it for the sense of monetization, the sense of fame.
This is what I mean. Should we be letting these people get as famous as they are? Right? I don't have an issue with PewDiePie, who's gaming, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, raising lots of money for charities, etc., etc. But let's, for example, say the vegan teacher. She's got
oh god,
she's got what 100,000 people. She's spreading love and hate to the world. These gamers are trying to give you entertainment, trying to give you comedy. They are giving money to charity. They're doing all good. She's trying to convert everyone to be veganism, but she's fighting content creators.
Tommy Innit was one of the targets, wasn't he? Like he was like
anyone big was a target, so she can get that negative energy and turn it into positive energy.
I see where you're coming from there. That's very interesting.
Should we be setting rules, limits? Yes, we've got guidelines.
Yeah.
But do they need to be updated? Do they need to be increased? Am I supposed to be able to have the ability to get 1,000 people to subscribe to me the way I have? Am I allowed to voice my opinions, which could turn someone evil? It could turn someone... This is, again, America, I want to be culturally sensitive, but school shootings, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them have been influenced by online bullying, whether it's, someone's made a YouTube video and they're like, haha, that's terrible, blah, 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 or you're ugly in that photo, to being in the class. Online bullying can be happening through YouTube a lot. It can affect us in big negative ways. There's a lot of issues that need to be resolved within who's allowed to create and who's allowed to watch.
Especially in our certain generation. Like, I remember when I was back in school, I was in year 7. I swear to you now, like, about 50% of people and half the people in my year had a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were actively uploaded onto, like, they were doing it on their phones. They were, nobody had a game capture back then, so they had to record the screen on their phone or on their little Samsung, iPod, whatever it was. Oh god, the 3DS.
I'm recording this YouTube video on my fridge.
Best way ever.
What do you think?
I think it's a very, very difficult subject. Obviously, anything that you post can be judged, can be, in some cases, all of my opinions could be turned into someone thinking that I'm forcing it upon them, if that makes sense.
They sort of spin your own words onto you.
Sort of, again, whilst we're on the topic of media, for example, the news is a media, right? A big media that does that on big scale. Yes, Trump's like, anti whatever, but someone gets the wrong intel, again, it can have some devastating negative impacts. For example, terrorism, okay? Terrorism spiked when media spiked, okay? Because the whole point of terrorists is they're trying to get their word out about their religion.
Yeah.
So when all the media's covering it and millions of people are watching it,
they're getting exactly what they want.
That was successful.
Yeah.
Let's go blow someone else up.
It's the same with school shooters because they tend to do it for the fame. Like a part of us, all of us thinks that they want to do it to get their name out there, and it works because we actually remember them.
Yes.
Like I know who Stephen Paddock was. I knew who Dylan and Eric was. And it sucks that I'm actually able to remember that because of the way the media is sort of famatized them over the years.
Again, people say our future is all computer based. But is media really coming to a crash course? Is it going to die and we're going to have a rebirth of media? Or if that doesn't happen, is our world going to keep going worse for it, if you know what I mean? This is the whole point of this podcast, I think, is for, well, I wanted to express with both of you and obviously the audience, media has so many influences, pun not intended,
Don't
And
start influencers.
a lot of them are positive, but a lot of them are also negative. We took a little break. Welcome back, everyone.
Right?
There might have been a break, silly ad break in there. There might not have been.
If there was, we hope you enjoyed it.
But I feel like we've been talking a lot about YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Not everything's YouTube fault, right? There's a lot of context here. We can make many podcasts. We can make a whole podcast series out of this, and I'm happy to. After college, if you guys are happy to, I'm more than happy to make more conversation on this and get other people's feedback. Like, we can go on to Twitter, right? I'm not going to go on all of them.
There's shit talk Twitter all day. Let's
We
go.
can make a whole episode about Twitter.
Let's talk about Twitter.
Set the fires.
Okay.
Twitter can destroy your life, okay? Let's
You
put it
say
this
that
way.
again.
One comment of, I don't know, haha, Mr. Buttface, right? You're having a joke with your friends, or you were being racist. There's a big variety of things that you can say that if you become famous can bite you in the butt. Okay? And it's this whole, well, not conspiracy theory, it's this whole sort of section, this whole group of cancel culture.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say that word. I would argue that is also relevant to every single one of us as well, because we also need to consider employers in here, because they're going to be looking at your profiles, and if they find one silly tweet out of context that sounds kind of racist
Exactly.
or offensive, they'll go, okay, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Even if they misunderstand you. And this is the thing with media, okay? It is trying to portray livelihoods and people and entertainment all at the same time, right? I think everything fits into those categories, right? You've got tutorials that are entertaining you and teaching you. You've got people, selfies on Instagram, for example.
Yeah.
Look at me. Or like the dogs, or we're on holiday, we're having fun.
Don't forget the food.
Right? But everything in life can be reworded. And this is again what newspapers do. I could say, hi Louis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Shake your hand. Right? The media could say, Kieran tries to assault Louis with his hand whilst greeting him.
It's true, I witnessed
a
it.
fight breaks out
Unless you're on
mid-podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Oh,
you.
you.
We're having a laugh.
Oh,
So someone on there could go, warning, upload it to the news, be like, hey, I found out these people hate each other, they think each other are bastards.
They're pretending to like each other for their podcast. Wait, the truth just got out.
Fucking hate
Quick, cut it.
hate you guys.
Exactly. So it can be twisted, and this is the issue I have, because whenever I got down when my YouTube channel was even small, 100 subscribers, I thought it's impossible for me to get to 1,000, let alone a million, which is why I'm so happy I've got 1,000. But the issue is I went from 500 to 1,200 subscribers in a matter of a week.
That's not an issue.
That's amazing.
I went, that can't be good.
That can't be good. Why?
The next day I went 1,200 to 1,000. YouTube had taken 200 away because they were bots.
Right.
Go back
500
Yeah.
could have been bots, but YouTube didn't get rid of them.
Oh,
So
that's an interesting.
I don't know if they're bots. I don't know if they're people. I was getting more comments from new people, so at least some new people had come.
Yeah.
But this is the issue. What is YouTube doing to protect me as a content creator from getting bot raided?
I mean, it's not just YouTube, also it's Instagram. Instagram is so guilty of this. Like, I'm pretty sure like half of my follower account are just porn accounts.
Yes.
I'm certain.
You know what?
The
When I
amount-
first got that,
like literally go through my follower list, and the amount that have their tits out, or like they have, at least have a bikini on there, is at least half.
I first got that when I was 12 or 13 on my YouTube channel. Right, as a child, what is YouTube doing to protect me from this porn bot account?
Yeah, that's really interesting, because there are a lot of accounts on there that are from younger perspectives, and I highly doubt they actually know how to run a channel professionally.
Exactly, and this is again the thing, right? This is what we learned from T-Series, right? They admitted to having what has YouTube done about it? Nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. They're letting them get away with free, illegal money. Alright? And this is the thing with my channel.
Did they also get involved in the mafia as well?
Maybe. They could be. I mean, conspiracy theories.
For legal reasons, that's a joke, guys. Please don't come to my house to kill me.
Find out where he lives. But this is what I learned from a classmate. I'm not going to name them because they might not want to be named. And see series is the way you tell if they're bots or not is your view count, right? And the reason I can tell most of my subscribers aren't bots is because I am getting some comments, I am getting some interaction. It's not much because I'm still quite small, but you look for about nearly 5 to 10%. Okay, you got 100 million subscribers. You're looking for 5 to 10 million views per video. Really, that is your target. I've got 1,000 subscribers. Sorry, we've got 1,000 subscribers. We're getting around 50 views a video. Okay, that shows that 5% is watching. That shows that we almost certainly do not have many bots left in the channel.
Okay.
If we were getting 5 views a video, unless it's a bad video, if it was a decent video, we got 5 views, and we had 10,000 subscribers, you're like, it's either a bad video, or none of my subscribers are real.
But you can definitely see where the concern arises because we've created the video, we'd be biased, so we wouldn't know if it's a bad video.
Exactly, and that's the issue I was having. But I was so thankful because the videos I am uploading now are getting towards 50 views each, which is big because last year my views were at 15 a video. That is a big increase.
Yeah, that's
bots aren't going to be watching my video, right? They win nothing from watching my video.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to watch my video.
You don't track robots, sorry.
They would come in to comment, but I don't get many comments. I get some comments from people that are like, this is funny, this was good, I want more of this, that was bad, your channel's dying. It's quite a big one at the moment because I've taken roughly 2 years off to focus on college and COVID, and I got very busy after GCSEs. But whilst that's still happening, I am doing YouTube on the side to keep it alive. But hopefully, after college, when we go on full time, I've got the videos, I'm going to try and edit them when my PC's fixed. Then we'll start to grow again, we can make a new Discord. I feel like it's better if we do everything together. This is what YouTube channels, people on Twitch, Twitter, everywhere need to do sometimes, is have it clear out. They need to start things from the beginning again.
I might have thought of a way that we can fix it. Well, not we, but
Fix what?
The bots issue. In order to leave a comment on a video, you have to first of all watch at least half of the video.
Yep.
You have to rate the video, and then you can comment. And if there's if it's a repeating comment, then you have to fill out a captcha.
I mean, yes, I like it, but I don't like that. We'll continue from here. I'll let you keep that in.
We're still rolling, people.
That is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good idea. Right?
What's the issue with that?
I'm watching a 43-minute video, conflict guide.
Skip halfway through it.
That's actually that's true actually.
Right? I have to wait 20 minutes to say at 1 minute funny or to answer his question or whatever. I'm going to wait 19 minutes. Am I going to be bothered to wait 19 minutes with that question in my head?
Yeah.
And want to write that answer?
That is a good point. There's another point that I'd like to add, if that's okay. I watch a lot of tarot videos, and those generally consist of a small introduction, and then 4 different decks. Or it's not always 4. It can change, and that would be like about an hour of one deck, another hour for the second deck.
You'd have to wait 2 hours to comment.
If you're only looking at one particular part of it, then you're not going to be interested in the rest of it.
So
and you won't be able to comment.
This is probably why YouTube hasn't, or any of these platforms have got bot protection, is because the way to do it is to have someone sit there and manually go through, look at all these people who commented this, I'm going to go look at them. Have they actually live streamed something? No. Have they commented loads of bot messages on other people's channels? Yes. Ban them. Someone immediately, they'll go make another account before they've even moved on to the next one.
Yeah.
What you need to do is they need to be able to source these big bot farms and I'm fairly sure they're illegal, call the local authorities, get them shut down. But for example, in London, you were dealing with terrorist attack, someone on the loose, murder. They're not going to go, yeah, don't worry, we'll stop the car chase to go and raid this bot farm for YouTube.
That is when you put it like that, it's very it seems very minimal, like a minimal priority thing. But the thing is, those farms, they are taking a lot of money from the people.
Yeah.
Like that is stealing. It's stealing attention, which in YouTube and thing, that's money.
That is money. But the issue is, again, if we went to court, you were a judge right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying we need to get rid of them. I'm saying I need to stop a murder on the run. Who would you decide with?
Probably you, actually. I don't know, maybe.
If I said,
that's how I'm feeling.
if I said today's a quiet day, I'm finding people for littering, who would you pick?
Probably the bots, if I'm being honest. A quiet
So-
day, yes, and that goes back to your point of where the most bots are actually. And
Yes.
in LA, they all obviously prioritize murder and that lot, but like if it was like in a smaller company, there's like a whole lot of bots, then they're probably up to that priority.
Again, I don't want to be stereotypical, but in India, millions of scam farms, because they make millions of dollars a day, or pounds a day. The authorities are focusing on that. But they're also most commonly got the bot farms. Are they going to go and stop millions being stolen from people? Or are they going to go stop a bot farm that technically to them isn't making as much money?
It's a really interesting argument.
Conflicting.
But perhaps the only way to truly fix it would be if we had a separate authority specifically
Yes.
for bot
Yeah.
farms.
And this
But
is,
that would be really difficult to fund.
We need a Batman for bots, alright?
I've always wanted to start AAR, sorry. Armed anti-race police, armed anti-rape police, right? Those are some of the biggest problems I feel like we see today. Yes, murder's bad, but a lot of the times someone's in a gang, someone's done something dodgy, you've messed with the wrong people. It's quite rare for you to get murdered for being an innocent person, unless it's during a terrorist attack. Okay, I know we've got a bit political here, but trust me, we'll stick with media. So I wanted to do, set the two things I want to do is run an anti-armed police where people could buy, I don't know if you see them, but in the 80s they had these medical necklaces. You press if you fall down. Not like that, but for race. And obviously a huge fine if you pressed it and you didn't mean to on purpose, like so kids can't mess around with it. But the police pulled you over, click, hands up. You come, you know the location, and obviously you'd have to sign up, you know their name, you know what they look like, you know what cars they drive, things like that.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTube could fund this for the bots, but again, it's taking money out of their profits. They don't really care. It's the content creators that
Yeah, scavenging out from the cash,
until someone starts rioting, until someone starts taking millions of people off the platform, YouTube don't care.
Yeah, because it isn't directly affecting them, is it?
It's not affecting their profits.
Yeah.
The thing is though, if they keep going the way they're going about it, and someone does, like we were talking earlier, if someone does make the perfect platform,
Yes.
or there's never going to be a perfect platform, but
A competitor.
a competitor,
Yeah.
that monetizes better, controls the comments better, all of that. They'll be racing to get all these problems fixed. They'll be doing it quicker than they've ever
They
done.
all have the funding. Twitch, if you're watching this is how you take out YouTube. TwitchTube.
TwitchTube.
Doesn't have to be copyrighted, it could be Twitch Hub. Alright?
It alliterates as well. TwitchTube.
TwitchTube, Twitch Hub, whatever. Maybe Tube might be a bit copyrighted with YouTube, so Twitch Hub.
Yeah.
Twitch Hub, yeah.
Twitch Hub, I don't think you're going to be
Twitch
getting any issues with that name.
Twitch. Oh.
Do you know what, I think this is also, I don't know if it's true or not, I heard this about a year or two ago, but apparently Pornhub wants to make a competitor against YouTube. So
Actually, I've heard.
yeah, you heard as well. That wasn't in my head.
I've heard that some Let's Players are actually putting their videos onto Pornhub
Yeah.
rather than YouTube because it monetizes better. But that's what.
Actually,
that's
I'm pretty sure I saw an article about that because the reason they do it is they can't get demonetized.
Yeah.
They get millions of views, and obviously, let's say you film something that gets copyrighted on YouTube, they don't have power on other softwares. So you could put it on TikTok, but TikTok's not necessarily going to copyright it because it's only YouTube that knows the original creator. Other platforms can do it, and it is an interesting point of media. You know, sometimes even if you are an innocent media, you're not copyrighting anyone. I've made some original intros; they've been copyrighted, right? So it's understanding of YouTube needs to, and not just YouTube, right? Let's be honest, Twitter, all these platforms, all of media needs to come together to stop people that are snakes, right?
The leeches.
The leeches, exactly. They're sucking the blood and the money out of everyone else.
The living.
Okay.
If we fix the people that are wrong, if we fix all this arguments on Twitter, these tweet battles or whatever they're called, if we stopped all this bullying on Snapchat, if we stopped all this bullying on Instagram, we stopped these bots, we stop these problems, right? And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's obviously going to be extremely hard to get the whole world to come together on this. Near impossible.
Turns to Elon Musk when he buys Twitter.
Exactly. Elon Musk just bought Twitter. Yeah?
Yeah. Has he already bought it? Has he already bought it?
I believe he's just bought it.
Damn.
Right? And he said, you know, he knows that there's big problems with GTA 6, right? People have been wanting GTA 6 for a long time. And he joked in a tweet saying, if Rockstar don't release it soon, I'm going to buy them so that it can come out.
Please buy Rockstar games.
Could you imagine?
Now, I know it's a joke, but it could be a little bit of seriousness in there because he's, you know.
I hope he is, because Rockstar being owned by Take-Two has done nothing but terrible things to them. Like,
exactly.
have you seen the GTA Remastered trilogy?
But
oh my goodness.
I've seen bits about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so heartbroken when I saw all those graphics.
Here's the thing though, is it better or worse?
It's worse.
Yeah.
But there's still various bugs throughout the games, and they don't really bother to fix it anyway. So
well,
we've got
forget it.
Let's put it this way, okay? Elon Musk, a hard-working individual, he is selling his millions of dollars home to move into a £10,000 flat pack home that he's designed. You pop it out, it's a little home, it's efficient, it's small, it's not taking up thousands of acres, okay? He is finding solutions to problems that we don't have just as yet, right? He has the money to be able to start fixing media. If he fixes Twitter, then he can buy Snapchat, he can fix that, he can buy YouTube. He can buy these companies out and fix them. Media will be in the one major step in the right direction of what we've been talking here today. You know, if he bought all the news companies in the world, do you think he would live stream the terrorist attacks?
What, Elon?
Yes.
Would he live stream terrorist attacks?
Okay.
Well, I don't mean when they're happening, I mean afterwards when...
Maybe...
They do that anywhere in the news reports. Like, if you watch the news after 12 o'clock, then you'll see it all the time.
I think what Elon would do is he would have specific news channels for specific events. So if there was a new terrorist attack and people really wanted to be informed about that, there would only be this one channel. Well, not just this one, there'd be others, like competitors. But they would be the main broadcasters of those issues.
You think so? I think if he knows, if he is aware of the fact already that terrorism is boosted by media, I think he would... he wouldn't live stream it to many people. I think he would show it to people that are important, that need to know this information, right? That might not know it, right? Generals, soldiers, he'll live stream it to them. They need to be aware. You know, armed police, we've had 3 attacks in Manchester today. So that means there's going to be 3 more tomorrow. Up security in Manchester. London doesn't need to know that Manchester's had an attack. You do not need to freak those people out. You do not need to make... Yes, the security and the police force need to know. They need to up their game. They need to... More patrols, for example, things like that. More sniffer dogs, that sort of thing. But does the general public need to know and lose sleep over this fact?
Well, that's the thing, because if the general public don't know about it, if they weren't told about it or informed at all, would they class that as censoring?
They could and they couldn't.
Yeah,
See, this
I think
this
that much
thing,
more sensory. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it does.
This Ukraine war, right? We didn't know about it, right? I'm pretty sure like the first day or two, we didn't actually know about it. People were sleeping great. Were you sleeping great?
I'm pretty sure we did know about it. I'm pretty sure it was going live on Twitter as it was happening. So when they were invading Ukraine, when Russia was invading Ukraine, there were live streams going on, and it was.
Well, this comes back to sort of who should be uploading content on Twitter. If we did have people filming Grenfell, yes, it was horrible. Should it have happened? No. But the reason it was important for us to know that was everyone in flat could then check their house, get their house, their house checked. Tell their landlords we need to check that the insulin isn't flammable, that the fire procedures are going on, where the fire exits are, that the doors are open. They can make little communities in the flats and make sure that they're safe. But the bridge attack, did we need to know someone used a swordfish as a weapon and that someone got stabbed on the bridge? Yes, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But police deal with
I'm not the coping mechanism.
Everything that the police do
Perhaps
is live streamed.
Perhaps if we were informed that there was an incident on the bridge and there were some fatalities, and that's all we have to know, rather than going into detail about the weapons. I think that should be restricted as evidence rather than what people need to know.
When it comes to news, we're at fault. Not us three in particular. I mean the public, right?
Yeah.
If news channels don't cover it, people want to watch the horrors.
Yeah.
I was watching this behind the scenes, it was this Netflix thing. It's this guy who films like one of these police fire ambulance shows in America, and people got like ugly car accidents. He had to watch people die. He had to film people dying. He had to film people crying. He had to do all these horrible things as a producer or as a cameraman. But he said, I'd much rather be filming puppies, but this is what sells.
He's doing it for historical purposes. Like
Yes.
we are living, like it's. I think this is the first time, like one of the biggest times in history where we actually are having war in the current generation. And the thing is, we have the power of smartphones now.
Yes.
Imagine back in World War II and World War One, we had the power, and Vietnam as well. If we had the power of mobile phones back then, we would know so much more.
Exactly.
It would all be documented at our fingertips.
That's the issue.
We're living in the age where people can record this now openly and we're able to document as much as possible. That's how we knew about the Russian protest. That's how we knew about mostly what was going on in Ukraine. There are obviously negative sides to it, of course. You saw the people first day making memes about it. You saw it all over Discord. But you're living in the age where people can openly document war. And it brings it all. It kind of brings the community together in that sense.
This was going to bring me to my next point. Was, we're at fault. We want to see this. Apparently, I don't personally want to see it, but I still watch it. If something's going on, I want to. Everyone's talking at school.
It's curiosity.
Ukraine's getting getting radio. I'm like, someone talks to me about it. I need to know. I want to know what's going on. So I can have a little conversation with people about it and view my opinions and view their opinions. But if the issue is, if news weren't filming it, like in all these terrorist attacks, there are people on that bridge with their phone out recording it.
Yeah.
They want those millions of views on YouTube. They don't care if it's dirty money.
Yeah.
They're in a financial situation. They need money. They have nowhere to turn to. The government's giving them £80 a week from benefits. I can't even feed them or give them enough for rent. I'm going to film this. I'm going to get millions of views and I'm going to monetize it.
Yeah, it's sort of a I'm trying to think of the word for it, but it's like watching someone starve to get food for yourself.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's a poor way of describing it.
I'm trying to process it at the moment.
Let's flip it on its head. What should be on the news? I think when the royal family's members die, that was on the news. That should have been on the news. That was...
Yeah.
We were supposed to be informed. Someone very important to this country is dead. This is when the funeral is, and here is a view of their life.
And there goes the camera.
Yeah. However, something like the bridge, as you could say, doesn't really need to be documented in news. I feel like for social media, it should still be kept around though for historical purposes.
It should be kept around. It should have an archive somewhere.
Yeah,
so
archives. Yeah.
Police need to know. People can learn from it, but it doesn't need to be live streamed so that terrorists start winning off the fact. And this is again the thing with all media. It is going into this crash. This is what I'm saying today. The purpose of today's podcast is. We've spoken about this issue, we've spoken about that issue. All of media are in these cars going downhill into a crash course. Everyone says we're using media more and more every day. Or, phones, electronics, devices, and it's advancing. It's advancing higher to fall further, in my opinion. You've got, again, the bots from YouTube, they're a car crashing into a wall, for example.
Yeah.
You've got the bullying and school shooting from negative energy on the station. That's crashing into a wall. You've got terrorists winning from the media. That's crashing. You've got all these cars of media
on top of each other,
piling into this brick wall. Is media its own crash course? Now that is the question for today. I'd like a very quick summary from both of you. What do you think? Can we say that is a crash course?
I'd say it is its own crash course, especially at the rate it's going right now. I think it needs a lot of work in order to steer away from the wall in following the example. But I don't think we as a society currently have the knowledge of how to do that.
No.
I think we can talk about it as much as we want, but we will never know
We won't be able to fix it. I think big influencers like Elon Musk can buy out these companies and can start to fix it.
He can definitely make an effect, but I'd say we're hundreds of years away from having a perfect.
And I think you were right about different news channels. If we have one news channel that shows all this fatality, yes, terrorists are still getting 18 million views, but that's better than the 35 million views we're getting across all the channels. So it is reducing them. So finally, Stephen, can I get your verdict? Is media a crash course? Can it be saved?
I think if we have a strong re-evaluation of the process, I feel like things can be put back on the rails.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we do have the knowledge to fix it. I think the fact that we're saying it right now, we're knowledgeable of what's going on. We know what's wrong. It's just that you have these stations like Fox News who don't want to sort of steer the right way because they're lusting for money as well.
Yes.
Don't forget the stations themselves are looking at these type of profits. I feel like if we reevaluate the system, and this is about convincing people to reevaluate the system, what's in it for them?
Exactly.
And what are they going to get out of it as well? Because ultimately, a good amount of news is selfish. They want the money for themselves, and they want to keep stories going. They want to keep spinning around these dramas and twisting words. That's how they get their views. That's how they get their news. So we have to bring something to them in order to make them say, or to have them say, "Hey, we need to reevaluate what we're doing here. There's a better way." It's all about the process is what we need to think about.
I agree massively with you here. Yes, we need to think about what we're doing, but what's in it for them, right? Let's argue this case real quickly to them.
Yeah.
What is in it for you? What is in it for you is safer for you and your children to live. Yes, they're losing money, and I think because of COVID especially, these news companies are even more on stories to make more money because money was tight as it is for everyone. Mm-hmm. But this is what is in for you. If we fix media, there's going to be less school shootings. There's going to be less bullying and depression. So there's going to be less pressure on the NHS and other residual, all the different hospitals and medical clinics around the world. Mm-hmm. There is going to be, everyone's going to be happier because, oh look, a puppy did a double flip and it's the first puppy in the world to do it.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see that myself.
I don't believe we've seen Afterlife. Right? I didn't really like it because it was a lot around death. I feel like there's a lot of negative energy, and I stopped watching it halfway through because it got me thinking about death a lot.
Yeah.
Resulting in some sleepless nights.
Yeah.
But something I did learn from it, just now I just realised, is their media. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but
I've seen the first episode of Afterlife.
They'll go to these stupid stories. There's a hole in my wall that looks like Elon Musk's face. All right, for example, this is just one of the examples.
Take a
picture, and their little community loves it, right? I'm not saying it deserves to make millions of pounds, that Elon Musk, someone's face planted it and it looks like Elon Musk. What I'm saying is, if we have little stupid stories like that, how much more enjoyable would media be? You know, guess what? Today, in London, the first team of female footballers made it to the championships for the first time in the world. For example, Obama was great for the media. Okay, first black president. Perfect. Great news. Something you want to learn, right? Something you wanted to know was we are moving forward in this country of racism. Trump goes in power. Maybe it's
One
gone
step
back a little bit.
backwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sort of showing these stories continuing,
Yeah.
like sort of waves of ups and downs through these schools and these journeys and these stories. But I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much, Stephen. Thank you very much, Lou, for joining me.
handshake.
Thank you
Give me
very
a
much
good
for
handshake.
watching.
Thank
Before
you.
we go, Stephen
handshake.
has his Laffy
I
Taffy.
have Laffy Taffy. I never used that bloody entire thing. I was just fiddling around with it at first, right? Apparently there's a joke in here. Where is it? Where's the joke? Where's the
on
joke?
the outside?
What can you catch but not throw?
Tennis ball.
Oh, where's the answer? Where is it?
Actually, what? A tennis ball?
Have you ripped the answer?
Tennis ball. I think I have ripped the answer. Hang on, it should be inside the packet, innit?
We'll leave it up to you.
It's ambiguous. It'll be up to your imagination, folks. Where is it? It is here. It is here. Where is it? Da, 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 da. What can you catch but not throw?
No one knows.
No one knows. Ambiguous doesn't want to tell me. Yep, ambiguous. Okay.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in
That's
the next one. We hope you enjoyed it. Oh, thank you.
No problem.
And we'll see you later on. Bye.
Yeah, good luck. I don't know. Hey.
Kieran's too good to say goodbye.
Goodbye. And now for the bloopers.
Okay. That mic is muted, even though it's not plugged in.
Yep.
Record button, record button, record button.
It's already recorded, mate.
It's recording now.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it says stop recording.
Stop recording.
No, that's why it says stop recording.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're getting all of this me being an idiot then.
Hey.
Not there.
You go, you go.
Not there.
Let's take a break.
Take a break, folks. The hell was that?
This is alarm.